Hey guys, I hope everyone is safe and well. I just want to take this opportunity firstly to say how grateful I am for all the support I've had over the years from everyone. So I just want to say a big fat massive thank you for that. When I achieved my dream of winning the World's Strongest Man title 3 years ago, I couldn't wait to get back to Britain to thank everyone and share with them my world title. But before I even got home to my friends and family to tell them the news, one man took bad sportsmanship to a whole new level, and it was plastered all over the world's media. And this is a quote from Hafthor Bjornsson: "I was robbed." For the last 3 years, instead of answering questions about how I defeated some of the greatest strongmen that have ever lived, Hafthor Bjornsson included in that list, instead I had people questioning whether I had really won it or not. Hafthor Bjornsson and his entourage have been smearing my title and the referee Colin Bryce's reputation for the last 3 years. And because he was the Mountain from Game of Thrones, and he was a huge TV star, people listened and people believed him. Now, I've had enough of the doubters saying Hafthor Bjornsson was robbed, saying he was robbed by the referees and how hard done by he was. So today, I came across a video that ends all the smack talk and silences those doubters. And I have to say, this video stopped me in my tracks with how desperate a man can be when things don't go his way. Now, this video exposes the raw truth and it shows you what really happened behind the scenes in 2017 World's Strongest Man. It's time for the truth to be told. It's time to let the pictures do the talking. Hafthor Bjornsson, you and your yes men should be ashamed of yourselves. Words are cheap, and I'm sick and tired of hearing the lies and excuses coming out of your mouths. You used to be a good man, and believe it or not, I used to class you as a good friend, but you've been poisoned by your yes men. I've got one little bit of advice for you four. Your yes men can't get in the ring with you next year when we fight. And if they do, I'll beat the living shit out of them until they become your no men. Now, this next clip in the video is from Giants Live, and I believe has been made by an independent filmmaker and ex-WSM producer, Andy Quinn, who's seen all this drama going on and decided to do a documentary. And by the way, he's done an amazing job of bringing the sport of strongman back to where it belongs. Now, I'm not going to try and sway you. I'm not going to try and put anything in your mind. You can watch it yourselves and make your own mind up. So enjoy the video, guys. Stay safe, stay awesome. Big love the beast. Take care.
In second place, Hafthor Julius Bjornsson.
2017 Progenics World's Strongest Man, Mr. Eddie Hall.
Once in my life, my daughter was taken away from me, and it felt almost like that. My heart was just taken out. Thank you, people.
Eddie, let me be the first World's Strongest Man to welcome you to the team.
Thanks a lot, brother. Thanks,
You
guys.
deserve it, man.
Thanks,
What a
dude.
fight. Damn, you're a warrior. Congrats.
No one else has said well done yet.
He's not going to get that one. He's called for double dipping by Colin Bryce, the head referee.
Hi there, I'm Andrew Quinn, a former World's Strongest Man producer and still very much a keen fan of the sport. Recently I've been working on a behind the scenes documentary looking at one of the greatest and most controversial finals of all time, the 2017 World's Strongest Man finals. During working on this project, I've been given access to a lot of cameras that have not been seen before by the public. And I want to take this opportunity to take a look at some of the controversy surrounding Hafthor Bjornsson, the Viking Press, and Colin Bryce, the head referee. First of all, we're going to take a look at something called familiarization. Now, this is when the athletes gather the day before the World's Strongest Man final and they talk through the disciplines that are coming up over the next couple of days. Let's take a look.
You guys all get rules?
No. Thank you. Thanks, Elise.
Guys, we'll talk plane pull quickly.
Nick, could you do a set of the rules?
Great, okay. Any questions, gentlemen?
What color of blade?
Blue, no red. Ah!
It's black, blue, and white.
So I think the Lithuanian flag, it's green, yellow, and it's Air Force One of Lithuania. I know, I can't see through him though, he's not a good window. But when it comes to rep events, I always kind of err on the side of the athlete with a warning. So just to kind of give you a chance if you lose your mind in the heat of the battle.
On that note, with the Viking Press,
I always err on the side of caution. And you know us, we always communicate very much.
but since you can put it down, right? Don't all of us know, I mean, we're all the best right here. And you know if you double dip. You know it. Right? So if you're getting to the point you're going to double dip, you could always put it down and rest.
So
no double dip.
It's no double dip.
Like
So this is where, I hate to use Thor as an example, but Thor often finishes some reps with his knees a little bit bent. It's just his body position. So we'll just communicate with him. We won't give him a down signal. You know what I mean?
You came out position like this.
Well, but do you know what I mean? For example, but I'll be communicating with Hafthor, so he knows it. So he knows it.
Thank you, Colin.
So yeah, I mean, it's just got to finish off there. It's because if it's only a little bit, you know, it's kind of a. You're like, well, did he double dip? Didn't he double dip? Yeah, what's up?
So when we do the Viking Press, we can come up, explode up onto our feet, come down, and that's okay.
That's
as long as our knees don't bend.
That is as long as if you do this, and then land there. That would be absolutely a double dip. As if you do this and then land there, that would be absolutely a double dip.
But the knees stay straight. If I come up and do that.
So the person that may I say the person
Heels leave the floors. You've got to get them back down.
of course you do.
That's
And that's
okay.
our call. It's as simple as that. This is not a perfect science.
That's what you just said. Just be honest. That's why I'm saying it. You can't allow it.
Can I, after this year, can me and you go and can I show you my technique so we
100%. Thank you. Okay, well, can I say as a final comment before anyone who wants to stay, please, gentlemen, this is the greatest lineup of finals ever had. We all know this. I hope we can all attack this with the greatest sporting integrity that this deserves, because it's going to be right down to a fine line. And I know why you're all asking so many questions, because you all know that. Gregor and I, Darren, Aaron, we will do our very best at all times to be as fair as possible in all scenarios. So hopefully we get the best man winning. Everybody else happy? If you wish to stay and do a little press like Hafthor, please let us know, because what we don't want is people like Sad falling over things, getting injured. Everybody else, if you'd please pick up your stuff and leave the yard, that'd be highly appreciated. All right?
So there you can see the athletes being briefed by Colin Bryce, the head referee, where he explains that you cannot catch the lift with bent legs. Now on to the event itself. First off was Hafthor Bjornsson. He was up with Nick Best, and then Eddie Hall finished off with Martins Lises. But what I'm going to do is add in the behind the scenes cameras which haven't been seen before of what happened during the time of the event. Let's have a look at the Viking Press.
Hafthor to fare well here, keeping this machine very well right out of the gate.
Nick Best already struggling a bit. A nice early rhythm, though, for the Icelandic Giants.
Very little hits involved in him lifting this overhead. That's just all shoulder, deltoid, arms, triceps, locking it out. Bryce giving some instruction there about telling Hafthor to wait at the top.
He received a warning there, but he's been given credit for 13 reps.
Nick Best doing his best, full of heart, but not enough pressing power as Hafthor goes for his 14th and looks like he gets it.
Now for 15. Wait, so he's not going to get that one. He's called for double dipping by Colin Bryce, the head referee.
Thor gets into trouble there with his lockout. The referee gave a warning earlier for bending the knees in the lift. And in that last lift, to try to get that lockout, he moves his hips forward, bends his knees, and unfortunately, that's not allowed.
Yes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Good boy, Thor. Nice one.
On the left, representing Great Britain, is Eddie Hall.
Beautiful, Thor. Beautiful.
That was unbelievable. He didn't take that off you. 14 reps. That was 14 reps. Good boy. Yeah, that's a cool thing. Oh. Amazing.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Anything to say now while you feel so good? You want to talk later? You talk later if you'd rather.
Talk later.
Brent, it was a year ago right here in Botswana that Martins Litsi's on the right here really made an impression and name for himself, making it to the final as a rookie, but he's got his work cut out for him going against the tremendous pressing power of the Brit Eddie Hall here.
This is unbelievable. I mean, these guys, if they wanted to, you're allowed to stop, and now finally Eddie Hall does. You can stop and restart, but it was at 11 before he needed a breather.
And how about Litsi's 8 reps and been nursing a sternum injury all competition long, putting on the display as well, but he may be tapped out. Let's see how Eddie Hall finishes here.
Eddie getting his second win. 14, the number to beat, put up by Bjornsson moments ago. And now Eddie going after it again. He's tied him with his 14th.
And with that, Brent, Eddie Hall wins the Viking Press here in the final with an amazing 15 reps.
And he probably could have done more, but he knows he only needed 15.
Well, affectionately known as the Beast, he attacked that Viking Press with animalistic tenacity.
So Eddie Hall won the Viking Press by 1 rep. And as you could see, Hafthor was pretty happy with the 14 repetitions he got straight after his lift. Now what you're going to see next hasn't been seen. These are the cameras that picked up what happened after the Viking Press finished. Take a look.
Let's ask him, what's the reason why you take the 15 reps from me? And then we show him video.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming out today. Tomorrow is our final day where we will see who wins the World's Strongest Man.
Only shouted out the worst offense, and he's only double dipped earlier. But his worst offense was he kept putting it down before I sat down. But I gave it to him because I knew there was some confusion with that.
I got you.
Let's have.
That's all right.
I'll promise you my life. I'll go home if this is the case. You can. Let's have 3 other referees look at it, and they all say this is double dip. That's fine.
Dude, I had 3 referees. I had myself, him, and Darren, all refereeing.
You're the guy who's making the decision.
I'm the guy who makes the decisions, and therefore I gave you 3 reps that were bad because I warned you, and I gave you 1 off. I'm sorry. 1 of 4 got taken away.
100%, man. This hurts too much.
I know it hurts, Hafthor.
I promise my daughter.
Hafthor, I saw your head on, brother.
It's not. I promise my daughter. It's not double dipping. I'll say it. It's not.
I'm afraid you didn't feel it, Hafthor. I saw it. I apologize, Hafthor, if you think that way, but I do everything just fucking as I see it. As I see it. And I could have been mean about those other reps, but I didn't. Because I knew you were confused. I gave you the benefit of the doubt.
So up until now, there hasn't been a word by the World's Strongest Man referees team in response to allegations of cheating, which have been brandished online and on social media. During my research, I've come across the official report that was made by Colin Bryce for the World's Strongest Man organisers.
Quick explainer regarding Viking Press rules. There are 3 normal offences that people make. First of all, locking the elbows is key. To prove they're under control, they must wait for a down signal from their referee. The third one is double dipping. You are only allowed to bend your legs once, and if you catch it with soft legs again, you're basically doing what's known as a push jerk. Perhaps the best example of double dipping is Zadrunas. Goes for the push, catches it with bent knees as he's getting tired, lands it, has to rebend the knees before he can actually press it out with his arms. He doesn't have enough power left in the upper body.
Made a point of Thor because he often does bent leg presses, therefore putting him in danger of losing reps. He understood and wanted to show me his technique, which I was happy with in the yard. Normally only 1 warning allowed. Hafthor is not holding it. He's far too early on the down. These are all offendable reps. I tell him to wait at the top again. He does hold it there a bit longer. And that one. But then goes soft again, beating the down. This is the first point. Double dipping happens there. Catches with his knees bent. And again, just before he puts it down for a rest. I give him a last warning quite clearly. Too many infringements, far too many so far. If you look when his arms are at the very top of the lift, first time it's a little soft, but the second time extremely soft. Elbows never lock, he gets squirted out the other end. Never fully locks out, he catches it with bent knees. I call double dipping. Sadly for Hafthor, he never locks his elbows either, though I didn't have time to say it. The proof was he got squirted out. He couldn't hold it.
And now let's do a dual comparison. Eddie Hall, who won the event by 1 repetition, and Hafthor Bjornsson. Watch the legs in particular.
So this now begs the question, can Hafthor continue to say he was cheated at the World's Strongest Man in 2017? Or perhaps is Eddie who was cheated of the World's Strongest Man glory he always dreamt of? Hopefully this mini study will help shed some light on it. I'm going to leave you now with some of the thoughts of the athletes that competed in World's Strongest Man in 2017. Thanks for watching.
I'm good friends with Hafthor, but I don't think he had a leg to stand on with that argument. Eddie went after Hafthor on the Viking Press, did enough to win, and that was that. Maybe Hafthor should have been given an extra rep or not, that's for the referee to decide. But Eddie went after and probably would have done another rep anyway. My personal feeling is, as good friends as I am with Hafthor, I think he had just had too many yes men around him that were convincing him of something that wasn't an issue.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Eddie looked comfortable, he won that event, and I honestly don't believe it would have made a difference.
It was really odd because I was up on the platform next to Thor competing against him. I was wondering when I was going to get asked this. I was in the news clips that went all over to Fox Network all throughout the United States. Thor had went and was complaining about it on the internet, and it was kind of a shocker to me. Everything is at the discretion of the judge, plain and simple. And there's not a whole lot you can do about that. I mean, he could have won the airplane pull, he didn't, and he's one of the best vehicle pullers in the world. There was still so much of the contest left when that happened. There was still time for him to pull that out. There's controversy everywhere. At the end of the day, in the events that were there, Eddie won, fair and square.
We need to understand that it is sport, and you can't say, I will win this because of this. If you win, you are a winner, and that's it. If you look this way, then I must be 8 times world's strongest man. This is life, and it is reality. You can't win everything.
Millie, can you let them know how first coming?
What a fight, what a war. Yeah. Winning battles, win the war. Got the trophy. Congratulations, Eddie Hall. World's strongest man.
Oh, God.